G'day everyone, and welcome to Gryphonix Tabletop Miniatures. Welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new, please don't forget to subscribe! And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all content released here on this channel. Now, I really appreciate you doing that, and if you like it, don't forget to give it a like. That really helps us out. Thanks. Now on with the video. And, well, here it is. This here, as you can see, is the sprue and the instructions right there. So let's look at the sprue first, shall we? Let's have a little look. Okay, well, I think I've got that upside down. We'll turn that right around. And here we are. Now, as you would expect, these are very detailed. And he looks pretty good. It doesn't look like there's much in the way of options with this guy, I don't think. Maybe just the head option change, by the looks of it. Anyway. Yeah. I do like this. Now, I do have a couple of the previous Age of Darkness box sets. I was fortunate enough to pick up a couple. And therefore get to have a few of the Mark VI Centurion / Praetors that I could kit bash to be various other consoles and things of that nature. But this one, I think I pretty much will just build as it is, because it does look rather nice. And I like that backpack too. Now, as a fan of Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar, Horus Heresy, the whole works, right? I've loved Space Marines pretty much from the beginning. And I really do like the Mark IIs. I also love the Mark VIs, and so glad they chose Mark VI for the other ones. I like my beaky helmets. But I also like the design of these ones. Now, if you look down here, I'm pretty sure that's the face mask piece that goes into the front of this helmet here. Now, I think that looks pretty cool. Now, did it need to be engineered like that? I don't know. But I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain, because that's still very nice. Now, you look along the sprue, you've got this 2-part cape. Or is that what you call it? A cape? That goes over his back. You've got what appears to be rubble that he's standing on, which looks quite interesting. It looks like some kind of marine vehicle. Yeah. Let's have a closer look at the standard there. Now that's much more detailed than the ones on the Mark VI came with. It's got its own look, and I appreciate that. Creates a little bit more variety, especially if you've already got the other one. It's nice. There's the other head option that you have as a thing right now. Nope. Yeah, that looks alright. Not one I'm going with. Hello, bear. Never mind, everyone. The cat is here to say hello. Slightly off camera. Just walking about. Do you have to sit right there? Okay. Now Bear has had some cuddles. I paused the recording so that he could have some attention. And now he's off eating his lunch. Now, where was I? I think I was going to take a quick look at the servo skull. Yes, that's right. I just looked at the ground stuff that he'd be standing on, the debris. Now I'm looking at the servo skull. Now that looks good. Not that there's too much to a servo skull, really. Like, I mean, they don't have to over-engineer that very much. But it looks nice, so that should be good. I like the combi bolter with the melter attachment. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. Very cool. The back of the helmet. Still lots of detail on there. Looks quite good. The other side of the standard. Looks nice. And the mace. A little piece that goes in there. Or maul, or whatever it is. Looks very cool. Yeah. I think this will go together quite nicely. Looks fairly straightforward. Yeah. Let's have a look at the instructions, shall we? Now, as you can see, it's very simple. You put the you get the little neck piece, number 2, and you slide that into the back of part 1 and over the sort of underbit in here of part 3. Let's get that off there. Then you've got the legs, which again, thigh piece, leg piece, sort of shin and knee cover going over the top of that. Very similar on the other side, except that appears to be one piece rather than 2 for the length of the leg, but that's okay. It's not as articulated as the first. That's probably why. It's one piece. Ah, and then you've even got, on this one, you've even got a little, like, power attachment thing. Something like a servo over the top of the... Is that what that is? Kind of looks similar to what you see on the Saturnine Terminators, to be quite honest. But that's still very cool. I do like it. Then you've got the simple putting of the arms on. Number 15 on the far side there, and then 12 here just has that small little wrist cover. And you've got the sort of thigh pads there. And down here, you have, where it starts getting a little bit more chonky. You put on the shoulder pads, which are nice, cool, big looking shoulder pads. There, please. Stop. Oh, out right now. Out now. Alright, good boy. I have to shut that for a second. And let's get back to it. Yeah, nice shoulder pads there. And he glues onto his bit of debris. You put on the base. Now, I don't know, but I'm imagining this 2-piece cape is going to be a little bit tricky. Not too difficult, just a little bit tricky. Because if you don't get it to stick, at least in the examples I've built from the previous set and some of the other kits, if you don't get the glue line just right, and you adjust it or you bump it, that's a lot of glue line that you could smudge over onto the nice part of the cape. So just be careful. Be sparing with the glue. And just wipe off any excess immediately. Because you don't want to not notice that you've put some excess on there, grab the miniature, not realize you're putting dirty fingerprints or something of the sort into the surface of your cape. Then when it comes to painting, it'll be not a very nice sight. So instead of having to file them up and fix them up, just be careful. and gluing that bit on. Ah, I see now. I was wondering what these inserts were on the shoulder pads themselves. I was noticing them over here. It's where the shoulders attach to the cape piece. And there's some bits that go over the front of the shoulder to help hold it in place. Oh, that's pretty cool. And I suppose you could keep that off if you wanted to paint the model more easily, to get some of the areas behind on the cape. I personally probably won't be doing that, because I'm very much of the opinion, for the most part, that if you put the model together and you can't see those bits, then they're in shadow. In which case, you're not going to see them in full light anyway, so why bother going to the extra trouble of making them look fancy if you're not going to see it? So, it's up to you. Do what you choose to do. But yeah, if that helps you save some time and effort, then cool. And if it helps save time and effort by having it detached and painting it first, then there, that's a nice thing you could do. I've got the weapon here. Just putting the bit on. And then the face mask into the helmet. Now that's definitely the head I'm going with on mine. 100%. Then you've got the rest of the little details to put on. Like you put on the servo skull, you attach it correctly. The weapon onto the arm, the other wrist cover. Standard. Again, your choice of head. And the little, whatever these little things are that look like little, almost like medals or something. I'm not quite sure what they are. But they come hanging down the front of the main armor. Now, I think the finished model there looks great. I've seen quite a few people paint these up as well so far. I've seen a few Iron Warriors out there and Imperial Fists. Now, that seems like a very interesting combination. Seeing those two, given their rivalries. But, yeah, it was nice to see them done up and painted. These are ones I've seen in person, that is, down at my local game store. But yeah, what do you think of this kit? Do you think it's a nice option for your Horus Heresy armies? Maybe you have one, maybe you're thinking of getting one, or maybe you're thinking of getting the whole Horus Heresy Age of Darkness Saturnine set. Now, I'm very glad I have that set. It's, despite the fact that it is quite an expensive set, it is good value overall by comparison to a lot of other Games Workshop kits out there. You get a lot for your money compared to how much you would be having to spend to get the same things individually. Now, I understand the things in the box may not be to everyone's taste, and that's fine. No one's forcing you to collect Warhammer or Age of Sigma or Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigma, or Horus Heresy. No one is doing that. But it can be hard sometimes not to buy something when they're just so dang cool. Addicted to plastic. Who'd have thought? Anyway, once again, be interested to know what you think of this model, of this kit, and whether you have one, whether you've built one, whether you're going to, whether you've considered it, and if you have considered it, whether you're getting it or not, do you collect a Horus Heresy army? If so, what Legion? I'd like to learn what everyone's collecting, what everyone prefers, or if you were going to collect, what Legion would that be? And if you do happen to tell me what Legion that you're collecting, I'd really appreciate if you gave me a small, just short reason as to why you made that choice. Doesn't have to be a long explanation, just short and simple. I like how they look, or I like the lore. In particular, I like this about the lore. Or, just something. It'd be really good to have that conversation with you. And again, I thank you for coming and checking out this video here today. I hope it has been of some use to you, perhaps in deciding whether or not you should get this model. Yeah. I'll catch you in the next one. If you have any questions for me or for the channel or for what I like to do in the hobby, anything at all, please put that down in the comments below and we can start having a conversation. And if you want to talk a little more, maybe share some inspirational images of our miniatures, our hobby, even our piles of shame, maybe our piles of opportunity, all of that fun stuff, I have a Discord. And I've started uploading a lot of my army's miniatures. I've taken photos of them, and I've uploaded them on there. So if you'd like to check them out, feel free to do so. It should be up near the banner somewhere, I believe. Yeah, click the link and I'll love to see you over there. And again, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. That would really help. Again, I thank you for watching today. I'll catch you in the next one.